Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the GSMC Basketball Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. As always, I'm your host, Mario Fatemi. Getting right back into it here, we're going to take a look at the Memphis Grizzlies. They fell to the Golden State Warriors in the play-in tournament. I've said it time and time again on this show, but Ja Morant getting injured in this game, late in the game, falling in the third quarter, coming back eventually in the fourth quarter. Really willing this team, continuing to produce on the offensive end, trying to will this team to a comeback victory. Honestly, if the Grizzlies had come back in this game, the storyline would not be anything close to what it is right now. It would just continue to be more. It would just been more and more interesting. It would have been more of an instant classic, if anything. It probably would have been game of the year, say, if the Grizzlies had come back and won. But that's neither here nor there. This is about what can happen if the Grizzlies lose on Friday night. In the 8-9 matchup, the right to face the Oklahoma City Thunder in the first round, they will face the losers of the 9-10 between the Sacramento Kings and Dallas Mavericks. And there have already been rumors of this for the last few years. And there have been rumors that Ja Morant in the front office have not had a good relationship with how he's had issues off the court, being suspended indefinitely multiple times now. This is the first time we've seen Ja Morant really on the court in the playoffs since 2022, really, when they fell to or 2023 actually, when they fell to the Los Angeles Lakers in those playoffs. This is the first time we've really seen him back with the Grizzlies in the playoffs. And if he loses if he loses on Friday night, if he is not able to will this team to a first round playoff series against the Oklahoma City Thunder, I really do think the Grizzlies move on from him, especially with the play of Desmond Bane down the stretch yesterday. Another play I'm not really loving with how he's been growing on this team, especially this year. He's been in a little bit of a slump, similar to how I described Cole Anthony earlier in the show. It's Jaren Jackson Jr., a player that we've known. He's very well known for his defense, very well known for his interior play, being able to grab rebounds, being able to produce on the defensive end of the ball, play on the offensive glass very well. He had a couple costly turnovers in this game yesterday that really did not set up the Memphis Grizzlies on the right track to win. Did not play. He wasn't a major reason why they lost, I would say, but do not count him out in a possible package with Ja Morant for some trade pieces for another star player to couple with Desmond Bane. Say possibly the Phoenix Suns are interested in trading Kevin Durant. Would the Memphis Grizzlies be interested in that? Bringing Kevin Durant to couple with Desmond Bane? There is a world where the Memphis Grizzlies have the assets to trade Ja Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr. if they so please for Kevin Durant. I don't think that's what they would want to do, especially for a young talent that those two guys have. They would want probably young talent compensation, not somebody like a Kevin Durant that has at least a maximum a couple of years left in him before he retires, as he's approaching the age of 40 years old. But I don't really know. I think it all depends on how Ja Morant plays in this game on Friday night. He is hobbled. He is a little bit injured. But there were rumors that the reason Taylor Jenkins was fired 3 weeks ago was because he was interested in trading Ja Morant before the trade deadline, interested in trading Ja Morant after the season. The front office was not liking it. Ja Morant probably was not liking it, voiced his opinions to the front office. And if that's true, of course, I don't know if that's true. I'm speculating here. It's alleged. Allegedly, Taylor Jenkins wanted to trade Ja Morant. But if that was the case, then if that was the case and Ja Morant loses on Friday night, I think they move on from him. I really do think so. It's unfortunate for a player like Ja Morant that really hasn't I don't want to say hasn't deserved it because he did have 2 indefinite suspensions last season, and I believe he had one. He's had one in the last 2 seasons. One of them that kept him out of the playoffs, as well as a couple major injuries that he's had. So he just has a history. He just has an injury of off the court issues, health issues. For a superstar talent, it's difficult to build around a superstar player when you can't guarantee both the player's health and that the player will be there, especially in these moments in the playoffs. So it's just unfortunate. As a fan of Ja Morant, I've always loved him. I don't think his off the court issues should be a reason why he does not have a job in the league, why he's not in the league. But I would be remiss if I didn't say that his off the court issues did not play a factor if he's on this team or not. And has not played a factor in speculation as to why he might get traded in the offseason. But yeah, another last thing I want to point out, I think the Grizzlies' inability to get the ball to get an inbounds play last night, to get that 5-second violation last night, I think has played crucial into this narrative as to why if Ja Morant is the type of guy to lead this team. Why I say that? Because in those clutch moments, you want a reliable player. You see the same way that the Warriors were feeding Steph Curry to close the game. He was making off the ball movements to get himself open, to get the ball in his hands because he's a trusted guy. He can shoot the ball if he needs. He won't turn the ball over, etc. You just want a reliable player, a reliable star player in closing moments, especially in the playoffs. Not Jared Jackson. Ja Morant. Has Ja Morant been that guy? And was that 5-second violation and kind of an indictment against his name that he can't do it, that he can't get himself open, that he's not a reliable scorer? Because in a way, even as an NBA fan watching the game, I didn't think the ball was going to go into Ja Morant's hands. I thought it was going to Desmond Bane with how he's been shooting all night, especially down by 3 points. Get the ball into your sharpshooter's hands. In Desmond Bane. That's why I think, in a way, they're going to keep Desmond Bane. I think Desmond Bane is the most valuable piece on this team with how consistent he's been over the last few years, over the last 3 seasons being in the NBA. With how he's consistently proven to be not only a scorer, a reliable player on the court at all times, playing 70-plus games in almost every season he's been in the league. So I just don't know if Ja Morant's going to be on this team come next season if they lose on Friday night. I'm not going to say he's not. I'm not going to say he will. But I think there was a legitimate argument that he will not be. And I'm going to leave it on this note. I feel this feels very similar to how Sacramento was handling the De'Aaron Fox situation. De'Aaron Fox may have wanted out from Sacramento, but there's a lot of quiet rumors that you see every now and again, a little bit of noise from the locker room that De'Aaron Fox was not enjoying his time in Sacramento. This feels very similar to that before the trade. Not that Ja Morant does not love Memphis. I think he does. I think he fits very well in Memphis with the environment, with the players, with his team, with the culture in general. I think he fits very well with the gritty, tenacious, defensive, aggressive nature that he has. Aggressive to attack the paint, attack the basket, get into the lane. A Skywalker, being able to dunk, a highlight reel player. He just fits the mold. He's he's an incredible basketball talent. I'm not saying he's not. It just feels like in Memphis, he does not have the right fit right now to lead that team to the promised land, to lead that team to a possible NBA championship. It just doesn't feel like he has the skill set, and it doesn't feel like the GM, in a way, has put him in a position to win, a position to get the right guys around him and to make a run at an NBA championship. But that's my verdict on the Memphis Grizzlies. It was an unbelievable first day of the NBA playoffs, NBA play-in tournament kicking off last night. We have another slate of games tonight. I mentioned earlier, Heat Bulls to start off the night at 7 o'clock. Kings Mavericks at 10 o'clock. The two matchups that'll be highly anticipated. Every game of this playoffs are going to be incredibly entertaining to watch, whether on the East, especially on the West. The East a little bit less, but especially in the Western Conference, with how star-studded every team looks, 1-8. But yeah, thank you as always for tuning into the GSMC Basketball Podcast presented by the GSMC Sports Network. Your support means a lot to us, so please remember to subscribe to the show and leave a positive review. It really does make a difference, more than you think. As I said earlier in the show, your input, your critique really helps us find out what to improve, what you guys want to hear. Really, in general, you guys are a major part in the show. What you guys want to hear, what we can improve upon. In general, we appreciate all your feedback that you give us. So please leave a review in general, because it does make all the difference into how we build our shows and how we can improve to bring you guys better and better content every single day. We also invite you to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram for more content and updates. Thank you once again. It was an unbelievable first day of the NBA playoffs. Hopefully, we have many more to come over the next couple months as these NBA playoffs unfold, because they will, and they're coming. These games are going to continue to come, and we're going to continue to cover them, continue to watch them. I appreciate you guys as always. This is Memphis, the host of the GSMC Basketball Podcast, signing off. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your days. Bye-bye.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet. Damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to